Welcome to New Hampshire's Business. I'm Fred Coker. If you were going to try to attract somebody you know from another state to come to New Hampshire, what kind of a case for this state would you make? What kind of a compelling argument would you make? Well, that's exactly what the state of New Hampshire is trying to do right now. And let's take a look at this graphic. This is from the Commissioner for New Hampshire Department of Business and Economic Affairs, Taylor Caswell, and he's saying develop a compelling case for new businesses to come here. And that's exactly what he's trying to do. We will talk about that next week in my interview. But now let's look at New Hampshire's ranking among the states, because there's already an effort that's been made by the McKinsey Company and New Hampshire, U.S. News and World Report to rank New Hampshire pros and cons with the other 49 states. And here is how we rank. Number 1 in opportunity, and I'll get back to that in a minute. Number 4 for quality of life and education. Number 11 for the economy. 26 for fiscal stability, and 37 for infrastructure, and I'll get back to that in a second also. But let's go back to opportunity. Number 1, what is that? What was included in that? Household income, low poverty rate, affordability, cost of living, few employment gaps. And then going back down to infrastructure, which is 37. That's not good. What's included in that one? Electricity prices, power grid reliability, renewable energy, public transit, bridge quality, and things like internet access. And so that is the ranking of New Hampshire. We're number 5 in the country. Not bad. There's some pluses in there for New Hampshire to make a compelling case. Now there's this. We have among the highest median household income in the U.S. at $70,936, absence of most taxation on personal income, and the unemployment rate is under 3%. It's at now 2.7 for the last 2 months. With me to talk about this and make some sense of it is economist Russell Thibault of Applied Economic Research. Welcome back.
Great to be here, Fred. Thank you.
Compelling case for New Hampshire. I think we could all come up with some good ones, like quality of life.
Absolutely.
But you have to make this case for some of your clients where you do economic analysis to see if they can go to a certain location geographically. So how would you do this? How would you make a compelling case for New Hampshire?
Well, I think right now the number 1 criteria is skilled labor force, and we do have a highly skilled labor force, but as you just pointed out, a 2.7% unemployment rate. Right. However, you don't wait till you don't try to fix the roof when it's raining. So this is a good time to be doing exactly what the state is doing, which is plan for the time when the business cycle kicks back in and maybe we slow down a bit. So labor force is number 1, lifestyle is number 2, and we're a very business-friendly state. State government is very accessible.
Yeah, it is. It is. Do you think that analysis we just went through by the McKinsey Company, which, by the way, is a respected company in this country that does consulting for businesses, they looked at 80 criteria and thousands of data points. Do you think they were right on with those rankings?
Well, I think it's hard to argue with the ranking because New Hampshire has been shown as one of the fastest growing states, if not the fastest growing state in terms of GDP east of the Mississippi River. So we have a good, solid economy. The 2.7% unemployment rate, as I said, is a mixed blessing, but it points to the fact that businesses like New Hampshire are expanding in New Hampshire. We have a good technology base close to Boston.
And that technology base, especially in the Manchester Mill Yard, where some of those old mill buildings have been turned into tech companies, including this new regenerative medicine initiative by Dean Kamen, the inventor, where they're going to literally make human organs out of printing machines.
Yes, yeah. And Oracle and Amazon both are going to be having, affiliates here. They're obviously not going to have their corporate headquarters here.
So what we're saying is you can make a compelling case for a company to move to New Hampshire.
Oh, absolutely, Fred. And then just the cost of doing business in terms of taxation, in terms of labor force. And the only thing I disagree with on the McKinsey report was I don't know that we're 37th in terms of infrastructure. We're working hard, spending a lot of money on Interstate 93, on the Turnpike, 101 going over to the seacoast. So I don't know. But some of these things are hard to measure. You got to take them with a grain of salt. But basically it says we're doing well, we're a good place to do business, and I agree with that.
Russ Thibault, president of Applied Economic Research. Thank you.
Thank you, Fred.
If you want to look at some of those rankings again of New Hampshire, because most of them are pretty good, go to WMUR.com, click on menu up in the left-hand corner, and then click on local news, and then scroll down to New Hampshire's Business.